What is up, everybody? Today, Flats finally made a tier list on Marvel Rivals Season 3. And if you have been following the channel, I did react to Bogur's tier list, which he made 8 days ago. So, yeah, we will be comparing Flats tier list to Bogur's tier list, although we cannot really compare it exactly because Bogur's tier list only goes up till S. I mean, till low gang, but Flats tier list is only capital S. So of course we're gonna have some ups and downs lately, but we'll see what is the difference between the opinion of these two. And I personally had also made a tier list and I have my own opinions. So let's go ahead, let's see. It's a 55-minute long video, so this one is going to be a long one. All right, let's get it started.
That being said, first up, Captain America. I think Cap is still...
Cap, we're gonna do this this way, all right? This is the first time I'm watching this video. I don't really know what he said. I'll tell you the tier that I'm gonna put him, and then we'll see where Flats puts him, and then we can compare it to wherever Bogur put the hero. Okay, so if I'm talking about Cap, very solid tank, very good with dives, and his ultimate third support utility really helpful. Not really S tier, but I'm gonna put him in A tier. Really solid, real solid tank, and one of the few tanks that has good solo carry potential. If you're playing solo as a like you're solo queuing for some reason, this guy is pretty good.
Extremely good. Cap is, I think, slept on a little bit.
I don't know if he slept on, because Cap is, I think Cap is pretty popular right now, especially if you're going dive comp.
Because he got big nerfs, and so a lot of people thought he's fallen off quite.
Yeah, I mean the nerfs are pretty important, bro. He was doing more damage than BP. That was kind of insane.
Heavily, but I am not a believer in that. I think that in the right comps, especially ones where you run BP or Psylocke, it is the most terrorizing comp to run against in ranked.
And if your supports don't really know how to save themselves from double flanks, triple flanks, it's a huge problem. You can, if you are duo queuing, if you are lucky enough to be in a duo queue, and you can run Cap with someone like BP, you will be easily cheesing through all the lower and middle ranks. Literally no problems, because people will have no idea how to counter you. It's gonna be that easy. Emma is gonna be a little bit problem, but it's manageable, very manageable.
And literally it is a massive skill check to enemy team support lines. If you think the enemy team support line is shit, you team up with one dive DPS and play Captain America, and you make them...
If at that point they don't switch to Loki, they're basically cooked, bro. They'll be cooked.
Absolutely hate themselves. Cap survivability is so shit now. It is shit in comparison to what it was before. It is not shit in general. It is...
Yeah, I mean, you just have to manage your dash with Cap. I think that's pretty important. You should not be using your dash to engage on the enemy. You should save it to run away. But in general, he's still pretty tanky. And if you have your healer, someone maybe like Rocket, who's throwing heals down the enemy backline, then you can survive quite a lot on Caps. I have seen games where Caps literally don't die because they just know when to engage and when to run away. It literally depends on the player's skill level.
Absolutely still very good. Top tier? No. Still one of the best? Yes. Because you always have to think that there's going to be bans, and there's one or two tanks that always are pretty much considered for bans, especially like in high level play. And so thus I'm going to put Cap in A. He doesn't work everywhere, but when he is actually used in the correct comps with bans, he is arguably one of the most oppressive tanks in the game.
I agree to this. When I made my tier list, I also put Cap in A, and from what I remember, Bogur also put him in A. Yep. So we have a unanimous decision. Cap going to A tier for everybody. This guy is very strong. Like he's a very solid pick,
especially to enemy backlines, and has pretty heavy carry potential. You can also save your ult as a pseudo support ult. So if your supports kind of aren't the best with their ults, and you know they have a big DPS ult on the enemy team, you can actually save your Captain America ult as a defensive tool. And
yeah,
it is one of the
third defense
only,
ult,
if not the
basically.
only tank in the game that can do that, outside of maybe Magneto on certain comps.
I mean, Magneto's is more like canceling your enemy's ultimates, but Cap can really provide a lot of survivability to your team. Make sure that they are alive when the enemy is just normally mowing your team down for some reason. Your team is just not being able to survive. Yeah, pretty good.
So very good.
And I think in Ultron comps is gonna be even more useful because Ultron cannot really, provide a defensive ult in that sense. But Cap's ultimate can come in clutch in that situation, can help your team to become more, tanky when you have an Ultron on the team.
Strange. I think
Strange, bro. The reason Strange, I'm not gonna put him in S tier is because there are two other heroes, specifically Magneto and Emma. These two deserve the S tier more than Strange right now. But Strange, if I had to put him, I would put him somewhere between S and A tier. Let's see where Bogur put him. Bogur put him in A tier. Pretty respectable. I'd put him somewhere between S and A because he's pretty good. He's damn good. If you have like one tank in the team, he's very, very defensive. And his ultimate, now that they have buffed him a little bit, given back his damage, and his ultimate comes up really fast, it's a really good tank.
I think Strange is also really, really, really good. I'm going to throw him also in the A tier. Not quite the S, because I'm thinking of a couple others for that S. Maybe even potentially S.
Well, we know who's going to go to S tier, bro. Like, everybody knows who the S tier tanks are this season. I know why he's saving the S tier, but yeah.
Plus, if we're getting a little crowded up there. But the reason why I think Strange is so good is he's just very durable. If you end up solo tanking, I would argue Strange feels better to solo tank now than Mag. Mag, even though is arguably, well, we'll get there when I get there, one of the best tanks the game has been in for a long time. The reason why I think Strange is slightly better at solo tanking these days is Mag, you have to make a decision when you bubble or when you shield. That is like a big resource you've just lost, right?
Basically, what I think is Mag is a little bit more skill cap than Strange. Strange is one of the easiest vanguards to get value out of, and that is why you will see him like dominating lower rank lobbies. It's pretty easy to play Strange. There's not really any complex, difficult mechanisms, or you don't even have to be aware of your team. With Mag, you need to be aware who to bubble someone or to bubble yourself, right? To use the ultimate properly, like you're saving it to delete the enemy support, or you're saving it to absorb a Punisher ult. So it takes more game sense to play Magneto, but with Strange, you don't really need that game sense. His portal is a little bit can be a little bit tricky, but then again, you can forget about all the portal tricks if you just use it to get your team to spawn at the right time. You're using your portal to take your team from the spawn to the capture point. I think that in itself is a pretty good use of portal. You don't need to go do all that fancy, portal tricks, throw enemies off the map and stuff. Even if you don't do all of that, you still get a lot of value out of Strange.
And if you bubble a teammate, now you're really vulnerable. Strange, you just keep shield flicking, right? And so you have your whole shield, which is like 650 HP, and you can use your health bar as a resource. So like, let's say you're taking incoming damage, you take 200 damage to your shield, then put down your shield, take 300 damage to your health bar, put your shield back up, and then while you're taking let's say another 250 damage to your shield, your supports are healing you. And so now you've regained about 250 of your health.
Yeah, this is something you cannot really do with Mag, right? Because his shield instantly goes on to cooldown as soon as it's over. It's not like Strange, you can keep spamming it again and again after every few seconds. So yeah, I guess this is where Strange shield and overall kit makes him a little bit more tanky than Magneto.
Back up, right? So now instead of being at what you would have been at, what, 400 HP, you're back up to around 600-ish, 650. You survive a lot longer, so you get in and out. That's where that Strange is power is. That in the TP. Penny Parker. Okay, this was the biggest.
Penny. All right. Penny, if I would put Penny somewhere, I'd put her on C tier. The reason is because Penny is the kind of hero who's so easy to counter if you know what you're doing, if your DPS knows what they're doing, especially if you have a flying DPS on your team and they just shoot down Penny's nests. One of the easiest tanks to counter, and apart from her nest, she doesn't really get any other form of survive kit, like anything to survive, right? No shields, no extra health, no second lives, nothing of that sort. Only works in low elo, doesn't work even in mid elos, and really few people play her in high elos. I'd put her in C. Bogur put her Bogur put her in C as well. Let's see where Flats puts her.
Anomaly of all time. Ready? So do you understand that Penny is the highest win rate character in the game across all ranks?
No shit. What the hell is wrong with people, bro? They don't shoot the nests. I mean, I have experienced this myself. Who am I kidding? I have seen people not shooting the nest, and it's so stupid. Even if you tell them in chat to go and shoot the nest, they will still avoid the nest, and then they will cry whole game that Penny, they have a Penny, it's so difficult to dive. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Except for, I think, plat and below, it's BP, and then it's number 2. But in diamond and above, it is I think celestial above, it is a 60% win rate. Is that insane? But here's the kicker. The pick rate is only like 2%. It's actually, I think it's less.
So there are like very few people who actually play Penny, and the people who play Penny in higher ranks are so skilled with her that the weaknesses of Penny doesn't really make a lot of difference. And probably they play it on very niche maps. That's why only 2% pick rate.
It's really low. So when admit you are wrong, do it. You're not gonna like this. Dude, people love to go, no, say you're wrong. The reason why it's that high is because the people that are really good at Penny are absolutely pushing it to the limit, and they are so talented on the character, and they know how to play it in the correct circumstances. And then there's like a bit of a gray area, right? Some people swap, some people don't, right? But those really good players jack that win rate up so high. And because that pick rate is really low, you're not having games where people are picking Penny very often in a bad situation because they don't want to lose. And so these Penny players that are really good win a lot of their games because they know how to play Penny well. And a lot of people,
and they mostly pick Penny only when they know that Penny is gonna work on that map. Basically, she doesn't work in every single map.
don't know how to deal with Penny because like they just don't play against good Pennies very often. You see one, once every 10 or 20 games. I think I could name the 5 good Penny players I know on the ladder. That being said, the character is still not good. And every time I've bumped into a Penny, pretty much don't have any fear of it. And they swap. Most of the ones I've played against this season have ended up swapping. There are certain maps though, like for example, the Venom map, the Venom push map, where it is extremely strong, right? And I believe those maps, getting big wins on those is what helps push the win rate up. But this is also a good example why you don't balance based on just win rates and loss rates. And sometimes there's a little bit of an art form in there as well. And for that, I have to give Penny respect for the insanely high win rates. However, I don't want a Penny on my team nine times out of 10. If I can pick any other character being on my team, if I'm mad.
That's pretty generous. Honestly, I would have placed her on C tier. That is very generous.
An Emma, a Thing, a Venom, a Groot. Actually, not a Thor. We'll get there. Hulk, I'm taking him every day of the week. But she is really not good otherwise. Argument that she's very good on defense, but that's where the really good Penny players are not isolated. They can play Penny on attack or on defense. Argument flawed. Okay, how much Penny Parker was in any of the pro tournaments this past season? Because that
One game,
data
maybe?
was off season 2.5. And the $3 million tournament was played on
One game.
2.5 patch. How much Penny was played? I actually think Thor technically got as much playtime if you don't count spawn room for armor. Because Thor actually at least got 1 point. They played.
Penny showed up for maybe like
one fight,
one game or 2 games.
No, that's not true. It's not 0%. Thor played on one map for 1 point. They got steamrolled and they immediately swapped. I think Penny got 1 map as well, potentially. Hulk got a little bit of playtime, not much, but a little bit at different parts. Regardless, though, listen, Solaris played it once. Penny, that is. That might have been the one time then. That might have been the one time. Unfortunately, that is just, it is what it is. I don't want to have a Penny on my team unless it's one of the 5 good Penny players. And of the 5 good Penny players, most of them understand that they have to swap. If it's
And considering the amount of problems he has with Penny, I'm pretty surprised he put her on B tier. Like, I don't know, man. B tier? It seems a little bit too high for her.
It's not going too well, but
I would put her on C tier, obviously. I don't know. I don't know why he put her on B tier.
in the medal ranks, someone just said it, Penny's a permaban. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's actually very surprising. Like, even in Diamond, I have seen Penny being banned almost every single game, and I could never wrap my head around why people think Penny is a dive counter. Bro, Penny is not a dive counter, right? Any dive who's dying to Penny is literally blind. Like, how can you not see the whole nest and everything, right? Dives particularly avoid Penny's nest, and she's not really a dive counter. Like, good dive players, they know how to go against Penny's nest, and it's pretty easy, to be honest. But still, you will see Penny banned every single game, and I don't know, people probably don't even know how to like break the nests. Someone has to do an awareness campaign, guys. Someone has to make videos and teach people how to break Penny's nests, because I don't think most people even know that you can break these nests.
You know, Penny's like a permaban, like diamond and below. Maybe, well, after rank reset now, it's probably like gold and below technically, but well, I guess they don't have bans in bronze and silver, but
Nope.
yeah, Penny has basically been a permaban. No, she's not.
People are so scared of Penny, it's crazy.
You know, Black Panther was the highest win rate character in the game in diamond and below, right? So what do most medal ranked players think is a great counter to dive?
Oh my god, his reaction is absolutely so.
That being said, Thing, arguably the biggest glow up
The
of
Thong.
season 3.
The Thong. If I had to place the Thong, I would have put him on A tier again. Not S tier, because Magneto and Emma occupy the S tier. But yeah, I would place him on A tier. He is one of the better dive tanks to play this season. But he has his own problems. A lot of problems, actually. You know what? Nah, I'd put him in B tier. I put him in B tier. It's very easy to counter Thing. It's way too easy to counter Thing. I guess that's the reason why I would put him in B tier. He's not really good at being the face tank of your team, so he has to play the dive thing, right? And if he's playing dive, you just have one Punisher on your team and he just disappears. He instantly disappears the second he gets in. So he's going to B tier for me. I think Bogur plays Thing really high. S tier, bro. It's crazy. Crazy, man. S tier Thing is crazy. Nah, we're gonna put Thing on B tier. Let's see what Flats has to say.
A Thing got a massive change where
Thong.
he can now leap to enemies. Holy shit. It is actually so fun. That being said, though, a lot of you are overestimating the Thing. He is.
I think even A tier is overestimated. I would put him in B tier, bro. I don't think that the Thong is as good as Doctor Strange. I don't think. Like, Doctor Strange's ultimate has much more value than Thong's ultimate.
Not an S tier. There's actually a lot of weaknesses this character still has. but he's really good at dealing with dive and really good at standing there and punching. But I'm telling you, I played a lot of Thing already this season because I wanted to make him work. The reason you're not probably winning games on your Thing is because you're kind of a support ult charge battery. You don't do
yeah, I mean, the more damage you do to supports, the faster they get their ults, right? And he does not even have enough damage to burst the supports down to one-shot them or anything like that. Supports can easily run out of his damage range. He's just gonna punch, right? He doesn't have any range attacks or anything, so they can just move out of his damage range and protect each other. Even if they heal each other, they'll be completely fine. And the thing, when he's trying to attack these supports, he's just giving them ultimates much more faster, and your enemy team getting ultimates faster is overall really bad for your team. So yeah, his dive playstyle has its own problems. I don't think I don't think he deserves the A tier.
Enough damage to really be threatening, and you still get cooked by Emma. And so if their team hard focuses you, you probably die. The flyers are not taking over anymore. A lot of flyers have fallen out of meta now, so the big knockdown thing isn't really that applicable because you're not jumping into enemies because the flyers are not really there as much now. And the only one that is there is like Torch, and he's getting banned a lot. But you're just sitting there right-clicking their front line, and you're charging their team.
Funny shit is, even though Bogur said that Torch is probably A or S tier, where did he go, bro? Where did he go? Yeah, he put the Torch in A tier. Still, people are not playing Torch. And Torch is not being banned in lower and mid elos. It's crazy.
Support ults much quicker. And your ult for Thing is really not that impactful compared to other tank ults. So he is very good, and he's actually very good at dealing with dive, but outside of dealing with dive, he falls apart. He's just extremely good at dealing with dive. I booted up the stream just to say my Thing always wins games. So are you already in Celestial? Because like it runs out of steam at some point. Because if you're winning every game, just keep queuing and you'll probably surpass me. But obviously there hits a point where you're not winning every single game anymore, you know? So it's situational is what you're saying? Kinda, but a lot of games people run dive now. So
you know, there are a lot of people who win every single game with Spider-Man as well. There are a lot of people who win a lot of games with Squirrel as well. Doesn't mean they are very good heroes. This matchmaker is not very fair. We know some people get really good enemies, some people get really pissed-start enemies, some people get AFKs on their teams. So yeah, and the loser queue thing in this game is real. If you are on loser queue, no matter how good you play, you are gonna get dog shit teammates, and it's gonna be very hard to win. So just because you're winning on one hero doesn't make that hero very strong. It just means you're not on the loser queue. Just enjoy your time, bro. When they put you on loser queue, you're gonna be crying again.
You could get away with it most games. That being said, though, it's still not the best tank. Everyone screamed S tier. I was watching all three of the chats. People went S tier, S tier, S tier. And I just wanted you guys to get a little fact checked, pulled back a little bit, and be like, hey, come back a little, come back to earth. Not S tier. I don't think he meant in games. Moving on. Emma.
S tier.
So Emma got a pretty significant nerf with season 3.
Useless nerf.
Though, arguably still one of the best tanks in the game.
Useless nerf.
Do nothing. I saw you say it didn't do anything, but the Emma nerf did do something, but she's still extremely good. Her ult is the only thing that's like, right? Diamond form is extremely good. The left click damage is really high.
Bro, Emma's ult goes so hard with Groot ult. It's crazy. It like you can do a huge combo. You can wipe out the whole team if you have Groot and Emma. It is so frustrating if you get caught into that ult combo. It is absolutely insane. So I don't know, bro. The nerfs are so stupid. The nerfs literally didn't do shit. And from what I remember, Bogur also put her on S tier. I also put her on S tier. Oh, he put her on SSS tier. We're gonna be treating SSS tier of Bogur for S tier because this is a little bit exaggerated. But yeah.
Stun is the big one. You think?
I wonder what kind of face Bogur makes now when he realizes Phoenix is not SSS tier.
You think Emma's more B tier? I'm sorry, that is high as giraffe.
Nah, that's
there are two tanks in the game
that's
that are arguably
pure
worthy,
copium,
and
bro.
this is one of them. Emma is Orisa. Yo, you did not need to do that to me today. Yo, why did you have such a good point? Stop that. Don't ever have such a good point again. Please, I'm begging you. Anyways, arguably second best tank in the game. Behind maybe who I think
Magneto, yeah, easily S tier.
Bar none. My goat, Magneto.
Best tank in the game. Yeah, obviously. If you have these two on your team, pretty good. Bogur also put him on S tier. SSS, so S tier, pretty simple. I also put him on S tier. Really strong tank. There really is nobody in the game who can do things that Magneto can do. So, yeah.
My goat, Magneto.
Have to agree with him.
Magneto is the only tank in the game that has this ability to stop support ults. Magneto is the only tank in the game that has the ability to stop every support ult in the game. Outside maybe Rocket ult, technically, but everyone can just shoot that, so it's like...
Rocket ult is useless,
You can stop Luna ult, you can stop Cloak ult, you can stop Loki, who's going to be copying one of them. Thor can with damage boost. Then you're committing damage boost. That's you at that point, then stun them out of it with Hulk. That is dumb. Magneto.
You are expecting your random solo queue, Luna or Mantis, you're expecting your random support to damage boost you on Thor when you're trying to take down the enemy support ult? Bro, what? Do you trust your random teammates that much? I could never, bro. They will never do it. I know for a fact they will never do it.
Solo can do this on his own. And on top of that too, hitting the Thor ult with the damage boost is much more difficult than just bopping someone.
Yeah, like Thor ult is so easy to dodge. They can easily get out of it. And Thor cannot really move up in the air that much. So, I don't know. You can always mag bubble your support and support is safe. Even Magneto can't do shit to her then. But Thor idea was really copium. I don't know who said it in the comments, bro. That was crazy.
With a mag ult. So can Penny. Yes, a bunch of 6 penny mines. 6 penny. That's why we don't play whataboutism around here. All right.
Well, you're gonna put 6 penny mines into a sack and throw them onto the enemy conveniently when they ult. That was so stupid, bro. Who said that? Who said that? Zeke Ninja, bro. How are you gonna do that with Penny? I don't understand. Like, you're gonna have to throw all your mines. You're gonna have to make sure that at least 5 or 6 of your mines explodes on the enemy support at the same time. That is insanely difficult to pull off unless you are in a particular map or it's a very niche situation where your enemy support has to walk through an area and you magically have like 6 mines set up in that area and the enemy has not noticed that before. I don't know. That is not happening in a real game. I don't know. Maybe once every 100 games it happens by mistake even, but that's not gonna happen in a real game.
We talk about one specific thing and it's a consistent ability. You pop that Maggle, you go fear Magneto, bitch, LeBron, boom, and you lead someone, right? You can solo carry every game if you're a really good Magneto. You can stomp dive.
No, guys, listen to me. He's a very high elo player, so he's probably saying this. But yeah, you most definitely cannot solo carry in this game if you are in low elo. Please don't try this. Don't try this, bro. You cannot solo carry in low elo, especially with a tank. You cannot do that, bro. You cannot do that. If your DPS is going 0-17, even flats cannot save you. You're not gonna win that game with a Magneto.
You can bully their tanks. You can bully their support.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can delete their supports. You can delete their Punisher ult, whatever. But if your DPS is going 0-17, there is no way you're winning.
You can bully their DPS ults. You can stop Hela ult. You can stop Star-Lord ult. You can stop Iron Man ult. You can stop... Who else? You could stop Punisher ult. You could stop Torch ult. You could stop Cloak ult, Luna ult, Mantis ult, Invis, Ultron, Groot. You could everyone, right? He's that guy. But he's a little boring sometimes. I'm gonna be honest, he's a little boring. It is what it is. Venom. Maybe a little crazy.
Oh.
I think Venom...
I would put Venom in A tier because I don't know. I'd put Thing in B tier and Venom in A tier because Venom has more survive than Thing, in my opinion. He's Venom is a tank. Like he needs a lot of skill to play. He's not your normal Unga Bunga tank, but if you have a skilled player on Venom, he can be so frustrating to go up against. Insanely frustrating, doesn't die easily, can easily move away if he's about to die. His ultimate makes him kind of immune and does a huge chunk of damage, so he can finish off low HP people pretty easily. And he can also face tank. He can do the role of a face tank because he gets a fat shield, really a fucking fat shield. So I would put him on A tier, not on B tier. I think Bogur also put him on B tier. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, you just gotta look at Andrew, man. Andrew is insane on Venom, and you have to be that level insane if you are playing Venom. But people who are good on him he's just insane.
He's overhyped a little. Venom got played a little bit during the MRC tournament stuff. I'm not big on him. I think he's actually easy to shut down, and I think I would maybe even put him a step lower, with Thing being so good and Cactus being a better option and Emma being still so good. But
I would still prefer having a Venom on the team than a Thing on the team, to be honest.
I'm okay with this for now. I'm okay with like a wait and see B. You know what? No. He can get value. If I'm putting Penny in B, Venom also has to go in B. I have to. Yeah, okay. I'll explain my full justice.
Guys, like Venom does no damage. Bro, Venom, have you seen a damage boost Venom? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You can one-shot their supports. But Venom, his damage has fallen off a little bit, obviously, after the nerfs. But that's the thing. You are not supposed to be one-shotting people with tanks. Nobody does that. I mean, Penny does it, but tanks normally don't do that. That is not for tanks, right? Tanks which are made for damage, they don't really go high up on the tier list. We know Thor is going to go in the D tier because he's all damage focused. You need survivability on tanks, right? And if you are a dive tank, you don't really need to have an insane amount of damage. Like, just look at Cap. Cap doesn't have an insane amount of damage. What you're doing there is basically helping your dives to get more kills, and at the same time you're staying alive in the enemy backline. You're not dying easily, and when you're about to die, you easily just run out from the enemy backline. And I think that Venom does that really well. You don't need to have an insane amount of damage, and you can get insane amount of damage. Like I said, he's a very high skill cap hero. If you're landing those headshots, you're gonna get an insane amount of damage on Venom, like enough to absolutely destroy their backline. But then again, it needs a lot of skill.
A couple minutes. Venom's just like a worse cap right now. The only thing you arguably can do is one shot a lot of like 250 HP characters with the ult combo with a damage boost. If you're really good at that, wait, the right click, go into ult, hit it all at once. But outside of that, like, and you need a damage boost. Like, damage boost at that point, like, so I think this is fair. The last tank going in the S tier category is Groot. I want to make
I would put Groot in A tier because Groot is very counterintuitive. I did say it earlier in my video as well. Groot can be a problem for your own team, right? If you have a dive and Groot is putting up walls, then it's very possible that the dive on your team will not get heals from your healer because Groot is gonna wall them off, right? It creates problems, and Groot is just free food for Wolverine, in my opinion, where it's too easy to take down, does not get any heals, does not get any shields. His ultimate is really good. Ultimate can be very game changing in certain situations. But overall, I would put him on A tier. Bogur probably put him on A tier. Bogur also put him on S tier. But then again, he has an SS tier. So yeah, this is below S tier, to be honest. This is a little bit below S tier.
Note that I wish I could put a line right here that this is like S minus and this is like normal S. Okay, like these two, I would say are,
yeah, it's not really fitting an S tier. Little bit below S tier.
Are better, but he absolutely has a place. Groot is still very good. Groot is still S tier? Absolutely. The thing that makes Groot less viable, obviously, is his walls being a little bit skinnier and a little bit not as threatening. So you have to be a little bit more conservative with them. I wouldn't
Also, the fact that Punisher absolutely destroys Groot walls. Groot walls. It's I don't know. He should have fallen down from S tier to A tier. To be honest, I would have put him on A tier because Punisher, he is never banned. Almost never banned in mid-low elos. In high elos, Punisher gets banned sometimes, but not all the time. And if you have a Groot on the enemy, then it's almost 100% that you're gonna pick Punisher, right? So I don't know. I would not really place him on S tier.
Say Groot is like a ban though. Like I wouldn't ban him. Like there's no point because Wolverine still exists. Now you might say, well, Flats, Wolverine got nerfed. We'll get to that when we get there. But definitely worth still.
What the fuck was the nerf, bro?
Actually, I've played a lot of Groot the last couple days. I mean, I went on a tear yesterday. I think yesterday I played like 12 games. I lost 1. And out of 11 out of those 12 games that I won, I think I played Groot in like 5 or 6 of them. And it was really, really good. Like very strong, like winning the games type character. Thor.
One thing about Groot that I like, I think that a lot of tanks have been adjusted. They don't really do a lot of damage, but Groot does a lot of damage. Like when the game came out, a lot of other tanks were insanely high DPS. Like Cap was doing Unga Bunga damage, Magneto was doing Unga Bunga damage, right? Strange was doing Unga Bunga damage, but all of their damage got adjusted. But when it comes to Groot still does insane amount of damage for a tank, especially his bomb. The bomb that he just chucks, just throws onto the enemy, the AoE damage that it does, very high damage. Among the tanks, I think he's the one that does the most amount of damage.
I think Thor's the worst tank in the game.
I would put him on D tier, bro. I don't know what his D tier is gonna be now. I'm kind of interested in seeing this because if Thor is C tier, that means whatever he's gonna put in D tier is so bad that it's probably unplayable. but I would put Thor on D tier, and I think Bogur also put him on D tier. Yeah, D tier, bro. Thor is stupidly bad. I never wanted Thor on my team. He is so useless
at the moment. I am genuinely surprised that they did not give back his survivability that he previously had.
And I'm genuinely surprised they buffed Wolverine when they could have buffed Thor, bro. What the fuck?
Said, I thought why they hadn't was he probably was dominating in the metal ranks. Actually, yeah, you're a good point. You guys
not really.
Yeah, actually, I agree.
Yeah. See. He has to be in D. He cannot go above D. He is so bad right now.
I thought he would be dominating in those metal ranks, but he's not.
Nah, bro. He's dog shit in middle ranks as well. I think if you are in bronze and silver, you can get value out of this guy because at that point you're not playing as tank. Keep this in mind. You're not playing Thor as tank. If you play Thor as a tank, then even in bronze and silver you're going to be clapped. But if you play Thor as a dive DPS in silver and bronze, sounds pretty crazy, but then you will be able to get value because as a dive DPS you don't really die that easily, and you can just burst down their support with lightning arcs. They're too bad, so they'll not be healing each other. They won't be able to escape. That is the only use case for Thor.
I looked at all the win rates and stuff like that, and it didn't look like he was. Pick rate wasn't very high, and the win rate was about 50, give or take a little bit. I think it was like 51 or something like that. So he was good, but he wasn't dominating. That said, though, this also is like arguably the worst meta Thor could have asked for. Because hit scan, hard poke.
Also, bro, this guy exists. Wolverine exists. What the fuck is Thor gonna do against Wolverine? He cannot shock Wolverine, bro. That small taser gun is not gonna work against Wolverine.
And dive are really good. And Thor isn't good against either of those. So he's not tanky enough to frontline. And he doesn't do enough burst. Against
dive, he can kind of protect your backline. You have to be a little bit insane on him because, you cannot really miss your dashes or your attacks. You have to be a little bit high mechanically skilled to do that. But if you are mechanically skilled with Thor, you can protect your backline from dives because he has a lot of damage, right? He can take down enemy dives. He can be a little bit threatening. and he also has the slow bubble. But yeah, lot of mechanical skills needed. If you have that much mechanical skills, I don't know why you would play Thor.
Damage to kill dive, and he can't dual hit scan at range. So you're like, what the f you do? That said, I think if you buff Thor, you're creating a potentially spooky situation. I'm down though. Why not? Like, give the guy the time in the sun. I am.
I mean, Thor already has enough amount of damage. I think what they need to do is give him some sort of a survivability, right? A shield or health regen. I think every tank in the game has some form of shield. Every good tank has some form of shield or some form of health regen. Thor's shielding mechanism is very weak. You know, he has to dash and use his abilities to get his shield, which is not really that helpful. If they change his slow bubble in a way that when he's inside the bubble he gets health regen, or when he's inside the bubble he gets some shield, that would be kind of interesting in my opinion. That would really change Thor's position in the game.
Still saying though, I still like the right click change. I still like the Thor Force getting back with the hammer. I think it feels fun. You can disagree all you want. I still like it a lot. Every time that I've gotten to play Thor, which granted,
yeah, I mean that's kind of clean, to be honest. That makes playing Thor kind of fun, but
hasn't been a whole lot because he just is.
He's fun. That's all.
Awful in ranked. But
you don't get a lot of value.
Where I get to actually hop in and run around on him, being at like 2 hammers, and then going, I want to go back awaken form again, hitting someone at range, boom, and then you get back up to 3 Thor Force is fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Thor is fun, but he isn't good. Fair.
Exactly.
Fair.
Yep.
I think he definitely needs some help though. But I also just don't know if you can really. I feel like if you buff his survivability, it's gonna go crazy. That's the thing I'm afraid of. I think that if you buff his survivability, he's gonna be insane. But he's so bad at the moment that it's like you can't.
See, Thor again, he does not, like, I'm pretty sure they're not going to rework him and give him a shield like Doctor Strange. And any tank that does not get a shield is pretty easy to counter, in my opinion. You can just take Punisher and you can burst them down. So, yeah, even if they buff his survivability a little bit, like give him thicker, look what I said, stand under the slow bubble, get a little bit of shield or get a little bit of HP back, I think that sort of survivability would be fine on him. I don't know if that will be enough to bring Thor from D tier up above in A tier, but I don't know, that would be a little bit welcome change, because as of right now Thor on himself is pretty damn weak, and if you're playing him on low elo, you will always end up in the situation where you are the solo tank on the team, and if you are a solo tank on Thor, then yeah, it's just a nightmare.
Not, you know, Thor needs a rework. Why though? I don't know. His skin is pretty fun. Rework, I'm scared for more reworks. Yes. You know,
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna complain about Jeff's rework because I'm one of those low-key people who are enjoying Jeff's rework more. I liked him more than he was, like whatever he was before. But Thor's kit is pretty fun. I don't know. I don't think they should completely change his kit or anything.
I think Thor's kit is that bad. I just think that he doesn't. Okay. He doesn't have the tools that these guys have. So what do these all have? Shield / damage resistance. Shield, self bubble, ult that's like a survivability, eats and counters other ults. Walls and huge HP. A shield, hyper movement. Shield, big shield on a button. CC, damage resistance and a movement. High mobility and an E that basically gives you a whole second life, and ult that also gives you a full second life. They all have huge survivability tools. He does not have a survivability tool. That's the big difference, right?
Yeah.
So even that's why Penny's here. Like if Penny had a big survivability tool,
oh god, she would be S tier, bro. She would be S tier.
That's I'm not why, even like, kidding. When you climb higher in the ranks, you just headshot Penny a bunch of times and she falls over and dies.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Walking target practice.
Hulk. I think Hulk's actually underrated this season.
Yeah.
Dumb as it sounds.
Very, very like a very solid spot. I think Hulk has been A tier ever since the release of this game. He's pretty good. He's not the best, but he's good to have on the team, especially because of the Namor team up. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Earlier he was OP because of the Iron Man team up, and now he's got the Namor team up. It's like Thor, it's like Hulk always gets some of the best team ups in the game, and just because of this team up, having him on the team is pretty helpful. Also, the bubble is kind of insane. If you pop it at the right second, you can dodge a few ultimates. Really crazy.
I think Hulk is underrated. I think Namor's
not underrated because I see Hulk being used a lot. I think I have seen Hulk being used a lot more than Doctor Strange or Thing, because Hulk is just more easier to play, and Hulk's ultimate is like very brain dead. It's one of the easiest ultimates in the game. It gives him a second life, and a lot of people play Namor because dive meta is like very annoying right now. So having a Namor always helps. Thor is being picked as... Bro, I keep saying Hulk as Thor. What is wrong with me? So yeah, Hulk is being picked a lot more this patch. I don't think he is underrated in any way. Bogur also placed him on A tier. Yep. Yeah. A tier solid.
really good or pretty good.
Solid A tier.
I think the Namor team up is pretty good. I think Hulk is really good versus dive, especially like, you know what's funny? I was playing Hulk the other day, and I had
you can just stun them.
TikTok chatter that was shit talking me the entire time. It's like, what are you doing on Hulk? Why are you backlining? You don't know what you're doing. Meanwhile, our backline was dead perma to Psylocke BP. I started playing with them. They did not die again for like 2 rounds. That's how you play him.
Yeah, he's pretty good in protecting the backline. I'll argue and I'll say he is better than Thing in protecting the backline, because he can also bubble your backline and actually shield them, actually protect them. You know, Thing can give them a little bit of shield, but that's not really enough. That shield is very tiny, it disappears very easily, but he can bubble everyone around, which is really good. It's a really cool ability. And also he can just stun the flank guy. He can just make the flank guy stand in one place for like 3 seconds, 4 seconds. It's pretty crazy.
Sometimes you play like defensive Hulk, where you're constantly trying to peel for your backline, you're bubbling your backline, you're exiling one of the flankers, calling people over, 3-2-1ing them, and they're exploding, right? Hulk isn't always jumping in and punching things. Sometimes he's anti-dive, and that's how it is. Like, you don't...
Yeah, that's something I really like about Hulk. It's not he's not very fixed into one role. Like Cap, you cannot really play Cap in any form of defensive roles. You cannot protect your backline, you cannot act as a frontline tank. The only thing you're going to be good at is diving their backline. But Hulk, he can do everything. He can act as a frontline tank if you're getting heals, he can protect your backline, and he can also help your dive to go in and secure a few kills. So very universal tank.
Always have to be W keying at the enemy team. When people learn that, I think they'll unlock an entire new way to play Hulk. But not everyone is able to see that just yet, so something like Thing might be easier. Also, Hulk's extremely difficult to play. Anti-dive equals brawl? That's just not true. Ready to get controversial?
You know, it's not really talked about a lot, but I really respect Hulk players who land all of their stuns. It's actually very, very difficult to hit that stun. I don't know. The timing on it is very weird. It's not hit scan, but it feels like hit scan. It's kind of weird.
Controversial?
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Oh. I don't know. I think he's a support tank player, so yeah. This guy is such a nightmare. I would put him on A tier. I would not put him on S tier. I would put him on A tier because this guy, first of all, he's not open. Most of the time he's banned. And whenever he is open, he's not that difficult to counter if you have a Namor on your team, right? Fantastic is not really picked a lot, but if this guy is on enemy and you have a Fantastic, it makes things a lot more easier. You can counter this guy pretty easily. People who don't know how to play against Panther, they are the problem, and I think a majority of people don't know how to play against Panther. But But yeah, he's an emotional baggage. I think he's an emotional headache on every support player, and so it makes sense he puts him on S tier. Bogur put him on A tier, I guess. Yeah, Bogur put him on A tier. I would put him on A tier as well. He's not really S tier, bro. He's very annoying, but he's not S tier.
S tier. Before anyone says anything, BP has not gotten any changes to my knowledge other than bug fixes since season
The bugs were so game breaking that they feel like buffs at this point.
2.5. That said, your first reaction is probably, well, then how the did he go from D tier to S tier? And I'll give you my reasoning. Number one, BP originally was underrated by everyone, myself included. Number two, it was flyer meta. So when everyone's flying around in the sky, the melee ground character is going to suffer a little bit more. Third, BP is not only just a giant skill check to especially support characters and support players, but it's not a hard skill check for them. It is a hard skill check on the support. It is an easy skill check for a DPS player. It is extremely...
Yeah, you will see he's pretty easy to take down. You play any DPS, it's pretty easy to take down, which is why you will see BP always go after the supports. A good BP player rarely goes after any DPS unless they are low or they don't have their abilities or some reason. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like just now we were talking about how Hulk can protect the backlines and Thing can protect the backlines. If you have any of these two guys on the team, then it's going to be very easy to go against a BP. But yeah, your tank has to be situationally aware and your tank has to be actually helping you, which does not really happen a lot in low elos and mid elos specifically. Tank players don't really know what the fuck they're doing. So I think because of that reason, BP is just out here, and he is S tier while the other flanks may not be S tier because he is very fast. He is extremely fast. I think he's one of the fastest flanks in the game that you can get a kill on. Other flanks take a little bit more time to secure a kill, but he is extremely fast, and obviously depends upon the skill of the player, but generally pretty difficult to track down and kill. He's just dashing around everywhere. But I would put him on A tier. I would put Psylocke on S tier instead, to be honest.
Simple. Not extremely simple. It is much simpler than people have previously alluded to hit 2 right clicks and 2 dashes on someone and just instantly delete a support character than it is for the support character to keep a certain cooldown, for example, like bubble for cloak, because like just the fade is typically not enough, and hold it and get way less value by not using all your buttons, right? By using all your abilities. BP also can get in and out pretty easily. So the way they typically play is they high up on like a platform or something somewhere, wait for the team to walk through, and then immediately try to delete someone on the back line. And then either if they're rolling, they can go for their kick, go for a big play, try to keep rolling, or they just climb back out. They wall climb back up and they leave. That said, I don't think he deserves a nerf. And it's a really hard problem to solve because
yeah, I mean, if they nerf BP even a little bit right now, he's gonna be pretty trash. Like, it's gonna be one of the biggest downfalls in the game. I think he'll fall straight from S according to him, but yeah, he's gonna fall straight 2 to 3 tiers down because he's gonna be exactly in Spider-Man position. So, the nerf is not really important, but I think he will naturally fall down the tier list as more and more people get used to playing against him. It's just that people don't know how to play against BP right now. That is where we are seeing all of this struggling happening. But yeah, he's gonna fall pretty bad. And if this guy stays in S tier for a really long time, I think we may see flying meta come back again. Punisher, Hela being insta-banned every single patch and everyone going flyers. That may happen.
Just nerf every character in the game that becomes somewhat of an issue that has ways to be dealt with. You can't just say rework to everything. You can't just say nerf everything. But there is also a good point to be made, because we're about to play in Twitch Rivals later today. And I want to say this with as much kindness as I can. I feel really bad for my teammates because a lot of them haven't played. They're like more casual streamers. They haven't played since like season 1.5 give or take.
They are
And
in
they're
for
coming
the
back to
treat.
the game right now.
They're going to be terrorized. They're gonna be so shocked. They'll say, "Oh no, we will not play this game again." Why did we play this game?
And getting absolutely dumpstered by dive characters, and BP is one of those.
What I remember? I'm remembering the whole World War flashback meme right now. They gotta have the whole World War flashback meme.
And they literally cannot deal with it. They don't know how. And I feel bad. Don't get me wrong, they're playing against good players, but I think the average casual, like, tourist gamer who just comes in and out is already so far behind from season 1 compared to the rest of the pack who kept playing that you can't cater to them because they're so far behind. The game is left to them. Necro said he needs a visual trail so he can be tracked. I don't know if that would really do anything. Maybe, I mean, I'm down to try it. I'm down, like, sure, why not? Like, I'm not, like, against trying shit.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something like wherever BP dashes through, there's a red aura kind of thing that's behind him wherever he dashes. That would be kind of cool. Like, it would look cool and it would give your team the chance to actually see where the BP is going. Because I have seen some really insane BP players, you cannot even see them. They are so fast. You have to slow down the game to actually see where they're going, where they're hitting. So having that trail would be pretty helpful. But will it solve the problem? I don't know. It will probably not solve the problem because the trail is just gonna tell you where BP went. But he's already killed the support in that process. So what you're seeing is just the trail left behind, the bloodbath left behind. I don't know. That
but
probably wouldn't help a lot.
Okay, no, I'm going to jump to him really quick. I'm going to jump to Spidey. This character got
D tier.
decimated.
Yeah. Yes. Bogur didn't put him in D tier. Yeah, Bogur put him on C tier. He had a little bit more mercy on Spider-Man, but I would put him on D tier. He is absolute garbage right now. So garbage, bro. Like, having anyone play Spider-Man on your team is basically you 5v6 the enemy because he's so useless the whole game. The guy is just throwing. I never want this guy on my team.
I'm going to jump to him right now. Just so we can continue the what I'm thinking. I've been playing a little Spidey, and you haven't seen, I play quick play, and I was doing a lot of it during like the downtime of MRC, or like end of season because I didn't want to play ranked. I was already in Eternity at the time. I was like, I don't give a shit about ranked at the end of the season. I don't want to deal with this shit. I want to go play Spider-Man.
You know, this is exactly what I was saying. Spider-Man didn't really get huge, like, any reworks or anything. All they did was reduce the damage of some of his abilities. And if they do the same thing to Panther, then he's gonna come straight to D. This is exactly what's gonna happen.
Run around, have a good time. And I was like, man, this is tough. Like, I'm struggling a little bit, but like, I could deal with it. Then season 3 hit, and then the season 3 changes, like, even with the Torch team up, which I feel like it ended up not being that good. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Torch team up on Spidey is just dog shit, bro. If you don't have a healer on your team, it will work. But overall, it's dog shit. I don't even think it's a team up. Like, some team ups in this game, they are so stupid. They're so meh. Like, bro, they don't even feel like team ups.
I don't know. Like, I didn't feel like it felt that good. I felt like you hit every button to do absolutely nothing. Like,
there's some really broken team ups, like Hela team up, the Asgard team up, right? You're headshotting someone and instantly someone on a team who's from Asgard gets like revived. They get a second life. You compare that to this Spidey team up where he has a candle. He has a matchstick in his hand, and when he hits enemies, he does a little bit of burn damage. Like, there's a world of difference between these two team ups. On one hand, you have that broken of a team up. On one hand, you have Namor's Gamma Squid, and on the other hand, you have Spider-Man who's running around with a candle. It doesn't make sense. This team up is absolutely garbage.
You have to hard commit so much to get one kill, unless you're doing a pull off the map. Like there's like the pull off the map strats, like that's it. Like that's the only thing that's really powerful about Spidey is on the maps where they can fling you off the corner. You know what I mean? Like if they can do the tech where they fly by and they pull you off the map, so much value, so much damage. If it doesn't have that, useless. And is it unfair
Ultimate
to say the reason why he's in that state
right
is because of how the community reacted to Spider-Man and how people thought he was really, really OP? And maybe
true. And I'm telling you guys, this is my future forecast. But the same thing is gonna happen with BP. So if you're a BP main, get ready to be disappointed because a rival's team is gonna do the exact same shit to BP. Keep this in mind. The same thing is gonna happen.
A lot of ways he was, but he did have. There are ways to deal with it, right? There are ways. So do you not go BP and do the same thing to Black Panther now, so that people don't get upset, right? Or is there like a serious conversation that one, you could give supports maybe more tools, and then it's kind of like you got to swap, you know? You might have.
Here's the thing about what he said, giving supports more tools. If Marvel Rivals team decides to do that, then they'll probably have to do it to all the supports in the game, right? Making a change to all the supports in the game, I don't think that's practical. I don't think that's gonna happen. The more practical thing that's gonna happen is BP is getting nerfed. Yeah, BP is falling down to D tier.
To swap type of deal. I don't know the answer. He got buffed? Who? Spidey? No, Spidey didn't get buffed. I think he lost his team up anchor, so they gave the damage back that lost, but it was like technically like a percentage, like it was like 1 point less technically or something like that. Sue has 3 anti-dive skills. What are you saying? So remember the part where I just said maybe you have to swap? So like that would be a good example that if like they're playing, I don't know, Luna, and they can't hit their freeze, then they'd have to swap. That's the context of swapping. That's what I mean. So if you're playing something else and you're not doing well with it and the BP is destroying you, and I said you might have to either give tools to those supports so they can deal with it more or swap, that's where the or swap comes in. Let's move on then.
I see.
Black Widow. Black Widow is statistically the worst character in the game, and it's not close.
Oh, yeah. D tier. Bogur also put her on D tier. Yep. Absolutely D tier. There should be a tier below D that's called F. Straight from D to F. We don't need the middle letters. We don't need E. We need F. And Widow should go to F. I don't know what. I don't know why the devs don't understand what they have to do with Widow. It's so easy. All you have to do is just give her one shot potential like Hawkeye. But they don't understand. I don't know.
That being said, if you bump into a scary Black Widow, it is scary. But like the amount of mechanical skill, the amount of absolute power, the amount of raw talent that is required to get value out of this hero is insane. So much higher and so much worse than every other character in the roster. If you put that much effort instead of learning Black Widow into someone like Hawkeye, so much more value. Half of the time and effort you put into making Widow work onto Hela, you would get 10 times more value on Hela than you would on Widow. That's just unfortunately the truth. That doesn't make every Black Widow player terrible. That doesn't make every person who plays Black Widow in your games an instant thrower. That just means that they are going to have to work much harder and be much better of a player than someone who just turned their brain off and picked. I just read this comment. Her ult is so bad, and it's so fucking true. Like, out of all the DPS ults, her ult is probably one of those ults that literally does nothing. I have almost never died to a Black Widow ult. The slow is annoying, obviously. If you can time it right with somebody else's ability, then that's fine. But you know, a DPS ult, and it doesn't feel like a DPS ult, right? This is the sort of ult that you would see on a tank, being able to slow everyone around you. So everyone is slowed and your DPS can take them down. Why does a DPS have this sort of a support kind of ult? I don't know, bro.
DPS ult should be all about damage. DPS ult should be all about getting that team wipe. But her ult feels more like a supportive ult than a DPS ult.
Hela. That means this character overall gets less value than others. It doesn't mean that they can't win, but statistically and practically, it is much worse. So you can't say, well, if you're just the best player in the world and you hit nothing but headshots, you're basically cheating. You're like a human cheat code. You have to put it in an S tier. Well, guess what? 99.99% of players are not a human cheat code. But if you were also a human cheat code on Hela, you'd probably get just as much, if not more value out of Hela anyways. Okay, next up, Hawkeye.
A tier.
Hawkeye, I think, has really heavy carry potential, but like on average, there's not really a big reason to pick this guy most of the time.
I would put him on A tier. Yeah, Bogur put him on A tier. Because Hawkeye, I don't think anybody who does not know how to play Hawkeye ever picks Hawkeye, right? Especially in ranked games. In ranked games, people generally pick the hero that they know how to play. And if you know how to play Hawkeye, he's very strong. He's insanely strong. He's not the type of hero who's very difficult to counter. Obviously, he's weak to dives, which is why he's not in S tier. He's gonna be in A tier. But if you know how to play Hawkeye, and he is objectively much more easier to play than Widow, he's very strong. His ultimate now can absolutely shred tanks as well. So I don't know, bro. C tier is kind of crazy. Probably because many people don't know how to play Hawkeye, but then many people don't pick Hawkeye as well. Only those people who know how to play Hawkeye should pick him.
Right now, like Punisher's really good, Hela is really good, Phoenix is really good, Torch is really good, Wolf is really good, BP is really good, Psylocke's really.
That's the funny part, right? Whatever hero he's mentioning, Hawkeye can just one tap every single one of them. But you have to be that much mechanically skilled. Yeah. Every single hero he's mentioned, Hawkeye will just absolutely clap them if he can one-shot them.
Really good. Like, if you want a one-shot, if you want big damage, you go with some of the other hit scans or the other ones, and those are typically not banned. Hawkeye just doesn't have the same uptime consistently, but he's not bad. It's just you'd have to hit consistent full charged headshots or pretty consistent full charged headshots to be getting a lot of value. And also most Hawkeye players do that. I don't know what's the problem. Most Hawkeye players always hit headshots. Hawkeye's pretty susceptible to dive, and a lot of the dive characters are still really good. Next up, Hela.
S tier incoming. S tier for Bogur. He's gonna put her on S tier. I don't know. Anything below S tier is gonna be pretty abnormal.
I'd argue Hela is one of the best DPS in the game at the moment. I don't know if I want to go full S tier though. I'm leaning S tier, but I'm thinking, who are the permabans still? Okay, I think for the sake of the list, I'm gonna have to do it, but I will put Hela towards the back end of S.
I mean, Punisher is stronger than Hela and much easier to play than Hela. So Hela being below Punisher is fine, but Hela is still extremely strong. She's above A tier at least. She's above, like, between A and S tier for sure.
Because you can pick Hela game in and game out and get lots of value. This is
you become like a little bit useless if they have a lot of dives. Specifically, if they have dives like Cap, dives like Venom, you cannot really one-shot them that easily, right? They're just after you, so it can become a little bit problem. But if you have a tank who's protecting you from dives, or if dives are just banned for some reason, yeah, bro, Hela is absolutely strong. You can easily carry all your way to Celestial if you are a good Hela player. Easily, solo carry.
Oh, like this is like over here though. You get what I'm saying? It's like the low end of S. And I think it'll become more apparent as we get there.
Wanda S+, oh my god. Crazy, bro, crazy.
But Hela just really good. Iron Fist, I think Iron
C
Fist
tier.
is not
Yeah, C tier. Perfect, perfect, bro. Perfect. I called it C tier. I think Bogur also put him on C tier. Yeah, C tier. He was very strong. He's not as strong as he was right now. Not useless though. Not useless. And in low elo specifically, not useless because people still are very bad against dives. So he just works in low elo. But yeah, not as good as he was before. I think Iron Fist nerf was pretty much not needed. I don't know. I would take Iron Fist meta over BP meta any day, every day. So I don't know. The nerf seemed kinda useless, kinda pointless.
Not very good. He can get some value here and there, but like even like the really good Iron Fist players you bump into on the ladder are really not that scary anymore. Like you can deal with him. He doesn't do that much to the tanks anymore, but also like supports have a good way of surviving versus him as well. Unfortunately, just got really hard nerfed. Maybe for the better, to be honest with you. But
I don't know, bro. I was enjoying Iron Fist meta because I was playing Iron Fist.
he's kind of pillow fist a little bit. Iron Man. I think Iron Man is
B tier
in a little bit of a tough spot because a lot of the hit scan are really good. That said,
yeah.
I don't think Iron Man is bad. I think he's still like pretty damn good, but a lot of like the really high rank games, you're gonna get shot down a lot.
B tier is perfect, I guess, for Iron Man. Bogur also put him on B tier. Yep, B tier, pretty perfect. The only problem of Iron Man is that he doesn't do the jiggle thing when he's shooting, so it's pretty easy to shoot him down. You will almost always have a range DPS like Punisher or even Bucky. After the buff, he can just make Iron Man fall to the ground. You will have Hela, Phoenix. Like this meta has a lot of snipers, and Iron Man is just not good against snipers. But if the enemy does not have snipers, or if you are able to use cover while flying, hiding behind buildings and everything, you're being a little bit tactful with Iron Man, you can still make him work. You can still make him work because aside from Iron Fist, there's not really any other flanks that cause Iron Man a lot of trouble. If there is a BP on the enemy who's absolutely wrecking your backline, Iron Man is really good. You can deal with BP very easily with Iron Man. So B tier, solid B tier. It's pretty sad he lost the Hulk team up. The Hulk team up was really good for him. Really, really good for him.
But I think especially
also, I think he's pretty important right now if you have Ultron, because without Iron Man's team up, Ultron is just dog shit at healing.
in your metal ranks, he probably gets a ton of value because you're not getting consistently headshot by a Phoenix or Hela or something like that. One of the most valuable things he brings though is his ult. The ult being able to stop a lot of support ults if there's no Magneto is really good. So if you're like an Iron Man player, just like,
and if you have like Iron Man and Magneto on the team, then it's pretty safe to assume that your enemy support will never be able to ult. It's pretty funny. The combo is always so annoying.
you just permaban Magneto and you actually get a ton of value. I think he's still really good. Magic. So Magic's like a
Magic, I would put her on B tier as well. I would put her on B tier because she's an elo terrorist. You can win absolutely every game at low elo with Magic, and she is very, very easy to play. Absolutely brain-dead character to play as a flank. But as you go up higher ranks, it's very easy to kill Magic as well. Very easy. She does not really have the sort of escape potential like other flanks have. She does not have huge dashes or invisibility or anything like that, so she falls off real hard. I would put her on B tier. Yep, Bogur has put her on B tier as well. Let's see where Flats puts her.
a ladder demon. Magic's a really, really good ladder demon. I think Magic's technically like number 2 or number 3 win rate. I think so. Maybe it's like number 3. I think it's like 3rd highest win rate in Celestial above. Really good if you're a good Magic player. Unfortunately, though, there's not that many good Magic players.
Also, I think people are learning how to play against Magic. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for everyone. People are learning how to play against Magic, because I remember when the game started, nobody had any fucking clue what to do against Magic. because she was just invisible, like she was just immune half of the time, and she has so much shield. But right now people are finally understanding, and even in lower elos people are able to counter her, which is crazy. This type of shit didn't happen in season 1. Even in season 2 people were very confused with magic. So I'm glad to see people are finally learning how to counter her. So she'll probably fall down a tier next season, and then she'll get another broken buff, and yeah, she'll go back to S tier.
So I think she can get good value. It's like a very big sleeper character, where like if you get a good magic on your team, I'm happy, but you're almost never banning the character either, and you don't even think about it, because she is kind of difficult to play. You got to give credit. A little difficult. Got to give credit to those people who are really, really good at her, but doesn't happen that often. Magic is DPS penny. Her OTPs are goated, but all the other DPS are better with less work. I would argue the DPS, dive DPS, sure. Except, well, maybe, honestly, Spidey and Magic are kind of similar in a lot of ways. Where you have to use like all your abilities or most of your abilities to go kill one person. The difference is though, Magic will actually get the kill. Spidey will not.
But that was such a flame, man. That was such a flame. Oh, poor Spidey. Poor Spidey.
That's like the big difference. So, Moon Knight. So I think Moon Knight's actually.
Moon Knight. B tier. I'd put him on B tier. I think Bogur put him lower. Bogur put him on D tier. That is crazy. I would put Moon Knight in B tier because he's also kind of the elo terrorist situation like Magic. Insanely broken in lower elos. Insanely broken because people are fucking blind. They never shoot the ankhs. And if you have the cloak team up, you are invisible. That makes you a lot more stronger. Yeah, he's an elo terrorist. Absolutely an elo terrorist, but he gets very useless very fast as you rank up.
Like a little better than people realize. Like I think Moon Knight's been consistently like D tier like the last few seasons, but he's kind of grown on me a little. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I feel like he's actually been pretty decent in my games. I don't have a whole lot of input other than that though. I think he just kind of gets a
grown like a fungus. Oh shit. Oh boy, that's crazy. That is crazy.
A lot of spam damage on frontline tanks, and his ult isn't nearly as good as it used to be, but it's a nice area denial. And also, because Moon Knight's been out of meta for so long, I feel like players have forgot how to play against Moon Knight ult, and they just die. Like, they just stand it and die. I mean, I've done it. Okay, next, Namor.
Why would you do that?
Namor's really good. I think Namor is...
yeah, A tier, solid A tier. He's not S tier, he is A tier. And he's very important character in this patch. So I think that is why he's a little bit boosted up in the tier list right now. Because he counters dives really well. This is a dive meta. So pretty important character to have. It's like almost every game you are bound to have one Namor on your team to counter that annoying Black Panther or whatever dive they have.
Especially with Hulk, really good. Can cut through support ults with the damage boost. Oh, the Hulk team up's really good. Helps with dive quite a bit. I don't know if I quite want to put him in S, because S is what I think is going to be like 2 or 3 other characters that are going to be on this list.
A tier, perfect.
I think it's oversaturated already. Who is also going to be in that
S tier. Oh yeah, I knew it. I called it. Psylocke is such a skill check, guys. Psylocke is such a skill check. People who know how to play her, they are insane. People who don't know how to play her are so dog shit with this character. You will feel like, why does this character even exist? There's no in between for Psylocke. You either have a very insane player or you have an absolute dog shit trash player. There's no in betweens. But people who know how to play her, she is like such an ult bot. She gets her ult the fastest in the game, I guess, among every other DPS. Every 2 minutes she's ulting, and even though most of the time you'll probably not get a kill with her ult, specifically if you are in mid elos or high elos, but yeah, you can force their healer to ult, which I think is pretty big value. It's pretty big value because you're gonna get your ult faster than the healer again.
Next here is Psylocke. Psylocke extremely good.
Bogur put her on S tier as well. If I remember. Yeah, S tier.
If you actually somehow get Emma and Psylocke through your ban phase,
That's kind of
Psylocke
insane.
Emma team up is crazy. Psylocke's really, really powerful, really, really strong. Arguably the best DPS or one of the best DPS in the game. Not the best dive DPS, I'd say BP.
Also the best skins in the game. I think that counts, right? Best skins, definitely S tier.
He's better, but Psylocke isn't full dive. She's like a hybrid. You know what I mean? Where she's like kind of a dive DPS because she has so much mobility, but she can kind of poke too. So what she does really, really well is everything. And her ult's also really good still. Not as good as it used to be, but you know what's funny? I feel like people have forgotten that you should stand in the Psylocke ult with your teammates and like divide the damage up, and like people like run away and everyone plays every man for themselves, and then someone gets left in it and just gets annihilated. You know, like
most of the time it's a rocket. I don't know. Most of the time when I played Psylocke or when I played against Psylocke, it's always a rocket that's being sacrificed.
everyone leaves your support.
Sacrifice the
It starts
raccoon.
with like 5 people in it, and then everybody runs, and it's the 2 supports playing patty cake, and then because it's everyone else leaves, the 2 that are playing patty cake lose the damage war because everyone else left. It's funny. Which I hate to break it to you, I'm really sorry.
D tier.
But which is really
Yes. D tier. I knew it. D tier, which had to happen. Such a trash character, guys. I don't know how anyone is having problems against Scarlet Witch. Such like all you need to do against Scarlet Witch is throw a penny net on her and she's shut down. It's actually very funny. She comes screaming from some corner and a penny net just goes on her and she's like, shut up, bitch. Just sit on the ground.
really not good. She's a really good starter character, and like characters like this need to exist. You can't have characters that like every character in the game isn't supposed to be the superest highest skill cap. You know, you need 9 million hours to play the game type characters. You need characters that are also more new player friendly. There's nothing wrong with that. If anything, you should encourage there to be maybe more of those in the future, just so people can play the game and actually enjoy playing the game and get into the game. But she's not very good. But the Strange team up, listen, I was so high on the Strange team up for.
It's decent, but then again, it has a pretty long cooldown. I think if the cooldown on it was a little bit shorter, then Scarlet Witch would have gotten a lot of value out of that. But as of right now, it's a huge cooldown ability. It doesn't really come up a lot. I don't know. It's not enough. It's definitely not enough.
A while, and I really wanted to see it succeed. But as more time went on, people realized how to play against it, and the burst wasn't as scary anymore. It is what it is. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl,
B tier. I'm not gonna put her above B tier. Where did Bogur put her? C tier. Okay, I would put her in B tier because she's kind of the elo terrorist in low ranks again. Very brain dead, super brain dead. I don't know. I think she is even lower skill cap than Scarlet Witch. you can shoot a wall and someone in the backline is gonna die. Fucking insane. Okay, every time I die to Squirrel Girl, I really get tilted. She's one of the best rage bait characters in the game. Yeah, I'd put her on B tier.
I think is actually secretly pretty damn good. I'm gonna put Squirrel Girl over here, like top
Higher
of
C tier.
Honestly, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna put Squirrel.
Yeah, bro understands me. Bogur did not understand me, but bro understands me.
Bottom of B. I think Squirrel's actually really good. Hidden gem for sure. Really good against Groot.
There are some insane players who actually learned how to aim with Squirrel Girl, and I don't know, those kind of people scare me, bro. Like, imagine if you are able to aim on this girl. It's crazy. It's gonna be so crazy. But some people actually learned, and those kinds of people, they are a whole different breed, bro. They are sniping with Squirrel, and it is so much damage.
Sneaky good versus Emma. Can help with dive a little bit. Not really good against dive, but can help. Accessible, easy character. You know, you don't really need a ton of mechanical skill.
Has good survive as well. Like you can get 2 jumps with your reset, and the jumps are pretty big. They really like help you cover a lot of distance. and you also get the stun, right? So pretty good in surviving as well, compared to other DPS like who just standing in the back line. Definitely better survive than Hela or Punisher.
To player, her ult is actually like, people just don't shoot the damn ult. Yeah, honestly, I think Squirrel is low key like sneaking her way up the ladder.
Squirrel is the sleeper character, bro. Squirrel is the sleeper. Watch her go back to A tier next season.
It is kind of actually insane if you're not paying attention and you're not giving the Squirrel Girl her attention. Oof. Star-Lord. So
Star-Lord, I would put him in A tier. I'd put him in A tier. Even after the nerfs, I would put him in A tier because his ultimate, again, very, 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 very annoying. Comes up pretty quickly. Not as quick as it used to, but still comes up pretty quick. And you can force a healer ult almost every time with the ultimate. Just because of the ultimate, though, yeah, the nerf was pretty bad. I really hoped that they will give Star-Lord a little bit buff this season, but they didn't give him. So his range damage is absolutely dog shit right now. But just because of his ult, I would put him in A tier. I think Bogur put him in A tier as well. Yep. Let's see. Why do I feel like he's gonna put him on B tier? I don't know. Let's see.
Star-Lord, I think, is kind of in trouble. I think he's really not very good right now.
Oh, I called it, bro. I said he's gonna put him on B tier. Crazy. Yeah, bro. But if anybody knows how to play Star-Lord well, it's insane.
Triple Res team up is still a good comp, but he's lacking any power right now. There's no reason to really pick him. I'm actually half tempted to throw him in C.
Oh my god, no.
Do it.
Oh my god, bro. Star-Lord and Hawkeye in C? Dude, he's throwing all the high skill cap heroes in C or some shit? I don't know.
I'm gonna do it. Top of C. There's at least arguments to be made for these three. Ult kind of carries a little bit, good poke. The really good magic players are insanely good. Sleeper ladder pick. Niche situations, good against Groot, good against a couple of things. There's not a big reason to play Star-Lord over a couple other things. Just not as
Star-Lord is actually good if the enemy has dives, because the dives cannot get you. So you and you can get the dives. That's one thing.
And he's gotten hit with a couple sizable nerfs over time, and also triple res just isn't as strong. Got nerfed a bit. Storm is
B tier. I'd put her on B tier. A lot of damage, but again, Storm faces the same problem as Iron Man. Very easy to shoot down, and the ultimate is a little bit annoying. Jeffnado is not really a big problem because it doesn't happen. Like maybe one every 10 games is gonna happen, but most of the times the ultimate is not really that big of a deal. I'd put her on B tier. Bogur put her on B tier as well. Yeah, Bogur put her on B tier as well.
Really still good. One of the better DPS, I'd say. No.
Oh my god, bro. What is he saying, bro? Oh my god. I don't know. Iron Man in B tier, then why is Storm in A tier? That is so crazy. So crazy.
Not quite broken, not quite S tier. But you could pick Storm most games and win a lot of them. You don't really get the Jeff team up very much because Jeff's pretty bad. But Storm is still really strong. Still really, really good. Not much else to really say there. Just good as she was. Punisher.
S tier.
So Punisher got some pretty sizable nerfs in the last season.
Oh my god,
like
bro.
Top of A. Like really good.
Oh no, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Punisher in A and Hela in S? What? Bro, Punisher is so easy to get value on. I would put him on S tier, bro. I think Bogur put him on S tier as well. Yeah, Bogur put him on S tier. Punisher is insanely strong. Like, he is so good against dive tanks. Not a lot of DPS out here can counter dive tanks as good as Punisher, because Punisher just has the shotgun. So fucking insane. And His ultimate, bro. His ultimate is like it can shoot through healer ults. It's absolutely crazy. Now, obviously, if they have a Magneto, it's gonna be a big problem, and probably because he plays Magneto a lot, so I can understand why he puts Punisher on A tier. But yeah, bro, Punisher I think is much more easier to get value than Hela, because in Hela you have to put in a lot of hours to learn how to snipe, but Punisher is not only easier character, he is also good against tanks, and his ultimate, in my opinion, is stronger than Hela's ultimate. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is this is crazy. A tier Punisher is crazy.
Good. Really, 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 really good. But I'm holding off on S because I have at least one more character that I want to throw in S, and I want Hela to be the bottom of S, and I then like these two could be interchangeable. Like Hela would be like bottom of S, top of A. Punisher would be like top of A, bottom of S. Does that make sense? Actually, technically, I guess I have two. Bucky's also still really good.
A tier.
Yeah, probably about here.
A tier. Bucky is pretty decent right now because Bucky can take down flying DPS. He can make them like fall down in the ground. Pretty good. And overall, Bucky was strong before. Bucky is still a pretty strong pick right now. Yep, easy A tier. Where is Bucky? Yeah, Bogur put him on A tier as well. Overall, a pretty strong pick and a pretty good hero to actually climb solo if you are a solo DPS player. Bucky is good against dives, so you don't have to worry about dives. Bucky has good survivability. Bucky's ult can carry games if you are lucky. Pretty good solo carry potential.
Probably about here.
Mainly because you don't have to depend on others to keep you alive. Like with Punisher or Hela, you are pretty much dependent on how your tank is doing, how your healer is doing. But with Bucky, because you have that extra sustain and you are good against flanks, he's really good hero to solo carry.
Bucky's really good against Groot, can be pretty good against Mag, helps deal with dive, just still really strong. Good against Loki, especially with his ult. Hasn't changed much though. He's been just kind of good for a couple seasons, so I don't think I have to really say a whole lot more there. This is a big one. So Wolverine.
S.
Wolverine
S.
is...
Wolverine's nerfs were useless. He's still S.
Still really good. He got nerfed really hard with a recent patch, but I don't think it's enough to really knock him out of the game.
Bro, if he's putting Wolverine in A tier, who's gonna be on S tier, bro? Like these three? I don't know, man. Like Wolverine, even after his buffs, like even after his nerfs, is still so fucking broken. Like it's not like he's weak against tanks now. He still shreds tanks faster than any other DPS in the game, and his whole purpose was to shred tanks. So I think he's doing his job well. I would still put him on S tier. And although this one is an old video, this is before Wolverine's nerfs, he made a whole new tier for low gang. So I don't know, bro. I would put him on S tier. The A tier is pretty crazy for Wolverine.
I think people are realizing he's not as strong. I saw the first like day or two, people were still banning him a lot. I think that might change though. I think people are starting to realize that BP is like almost a perma ban. Psylocke gets banned a lot. There's another one that's coming up here that's a perma ban every single game. And then there's an argument for like one or two of these tanks depending on what you got. So Wolf, I think, is no longer in the S anymore. That might change as the weeks go on. But this is a bit of a prediction because it's only been like 3 days. But I'm just off of the vibes alone right now.
Always put Wolverine in S tier. Always. In fact, even before Wolverine got his buffs, I would still put him on S tier because he is the only DPS in the game that is such a huge problem to tanks. No other DPS can do what he does. And just because of that insane value, I would have put him on S tier even before the nerfs. Or the buffs.
I don't think he's that good. Sorry, that's not true. I don't think he's as good. He was broken before, and now he's like back to what he was before. Mr. Fantastic.
I would put him on B tier. He's situational, like Squirrel Girl, but when he works, hey, he works. It's like having a third tank in the team because he's pretty tanky, and he goes well against dives. I know Bogur put him really down. Yeah, Bogur put him in C tier. Let's see where Flats puts him.
I think this is a generous ranking. This is a generous ranking. Just doesn't have much going for him, at least in the games.
I don't people really understand how to play Fantastic? I don't know, bro. Like, his kit is so good. His kit is like really good. His ultimate is kind of time stall, but his kit is really, really amazing. I don't know why a lot of people don't play him. Maybe because a lot of people don't play him. Everybody is putting him on a C tier, but like Fantastic being worse than Squirrel Girl or Iron Man or Magic, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Nah. That's not happening. That's not happening. He is definitely B tier worthy.
I've seen right now. The only thing that's really annoying about him is his shift. You know, his shift is really strong, and I guess he can help with dive a little bit, but the amount, how good he is with like to help against dive is not worth the pick. At least so in my experience. Now, you might not feel the same way because it's an auto aim button with the E where you like jump to your teammates. So you don't have to worry about like hitting shots as much. And then also the left clicks are a little more forgiving because it's like a big swinging melee. It's not like click, one shot. It's like you can kind of be a little bit haywire with the shot or with the melee and still hit things. But yeah, I just can't put him very high. I don't know. I don't think he's that good right now, unfortunately. One of the other permabans, if not the other permaban, Torch. So Torch got some nerfs recently, and he's still perma every game.
S tier. Yeah. S tier. I think because he's probably the only flyer in the game that you can play right now. Every other flyer is nerfed to shit or just gets sniped. He was put in A tier for Bogur, and if I remember, I had also put him on A tier before, but as the season is progressing and every other flyer is now like kind of useless, Torch definitely seems a better option among all the other flyers. Difficult to get insane value on him if your other DPS is playing like dog shit. but yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty strong.
Game. Every game, if you don't have a Torch player, you're banning it.
I don't know about every game. Like I don't know, bro. Even if he is a little bit difficult to shoot down, he's not impossible to shoot down. If you have a Punisher, I don't understand why he put Torch in S tier and Punisher in A tier. Because Punisher just straight up counters Torch. You need a little bit of aiming, but I won't even call that like high skill or anything. It's pretty easy, and you can easily shoot down Torch. Or you can keep like prevent him from flying high. You know, if he cannot fly high, then he cannot create big fire zones or anything like that. So I don't know, Punisher in A and Torch in S, pretty crazy.
He's scary as shit. I don't know what it is. This character went from being like horrendous on launch to getting a bunch of buffs, then people learned how to play him, and now he's like a permaban, even though I think he's arguably just as weak as when he was first released. Isn't that kind of crazy? I don't know. I can't play that guy. He's really hard. I think that the Torch players are very impressive. I think they're really good at the game. Yeah, if there's Torch specialists, like extremely good at Torch, oh boy. Get me out of that lobby. I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. Gamers really look ripped.
I mean, yeah, he has a little bit of a skill cap to him. He's not as brain dead as Iron Man, definitely. But bro, like Punisher A tier, I cannot get over this. I really cannot get over this.
Really look up, but even in high rank games, people don't want to play against Torch. Also, he just farms damage, you know? He just does so much damage. I don't know. What makes him so good? The movement's really good. Like the shift movement's really, really good. Yeah, he can just nuke your backline randomly. You can nuke your backline. He farms your tanks. he can double right click, dash with F on somebody and just explode them. The ult is really strong. It's really good at holding space. With a snowflake, you basically don't even have to look at the guy, and he can just be getting tons of value on his own. And he requires a big commitment from someone, like a Hela commitment, requires a Luna commitment, requires a Mag commitment, whatever it might be. You have to commit all of these things to slow him down or stop him, you know? And that's just a lot. Last but not least,
just put a
Phoenix,
Punisher on the team. Just put a Punisher on the team, bro. I don't know why he put Punisher so low, man. Just having a Punisher solves these issues.
Newest addition.
Phoenix. See, when she came out, we didn't really have a lot of data on her. But now that we have a lot of data on her, I would put her on A tier. Solid A tier, not really S tier. Not even weak enough to be in B tier. She is Hela, but weaker. But her ultimate is really, really helpful. Like, insanely helpful. Just breaks all shields, breaks all stuff on the field. And in low elos, she is such a hard counter to Penny Rocket team up. Penny Rocket team up in low elos absolutely dominates. She destroys everything. Yeah, A tier.
So I think Phoenix on launch, a lot of people were very surprised. Didn't seem as broken as she looked in the trailers and whatnot. But I still think Phoenix is arguably played every game or banned every game.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. What is this? What is this scope? What is this scope? Phoenix S tier?
Don't know if
bro.
she's as good as Hela. I see her in more games than Hela. But the big thing that Phoenix brings is the ability to shut down Rocket. All the Rocket players get absolutely cooked if Phoenix.
Yeah, that's very helpful. That's definitely very, very helpful. But S tier, bro. No. I don't think she is S tier. I don't think. Her raw damage potential is just not there. It's not as high as these guys. As Punisher, as Namor even. I don't know, man. I don't know. Not S tier for me. Definitely not S tier for me. She's gonna be A tier. Bogur also put her on. Bogur put her on S tier, bro. That is just next level cope. I don't know.
Phoenix exists. Instantly stops their ults. Instantly. I argue Phoenix is probably the #1 Rocket counter. And it's not close. Outside of that, with damage boost, her ult is better. But even with this ranking, I'm not totally confident in it.
Put her on A.
I could see a world where she slips down to a top of A. We'll see though.
She's in A.
Onto supports.
She's A right now. Adam went up D tier.
Adam is tough.
D.
Because
you cannot go higher than D with this guy.
I don't think Adam is necessarily bad. But he's just kind of...
C is decent, I guess. I don't know. I would have put him on D. Because the others are a little bit better than Adam. Even the worst ones of this bunch are still a little bit better than Adam. And nobody is really playing Res Comp right now. Res Comp is dead. We have the 3 healer meta. So nobody is even using Res Comp anymore. So yeah, D tier for me.
Fallen behind in a lot of ways. Like triple res comp just isn't as good. He's good on control.
Bogur put him on D tier, I guess. Oh no, Bogur put him on B tier. Crazy, bro. Okay, yeah, but he has like 2 extra tiers out here, so I don't know.
But like you need full team coordination, and even with it, it's like not as great as like some other comps. This is for ranked, right? Like in like pro play, where you have that high coordination for res, it can be super valuable. But otherwise, you just kind of lose out on a lot of the heals that you need, you know? So,
you know, if Adam had 5 ticks on his healing ability instead of 3, that would be like such a welcome game change. It would not make Adam broken in any way, and it would be a really good quality of life for him. It would not, instantly make Adam super OP or anything, but his job as a healer, he would be able to do it so much better if he just had 5 of those healing abilities, or maybe if his 3 charges they recharged a little bit faster. It would be enough to push Adam to B tier, in my opinion.
The Soul Bond is still really, really strong, but hell, you just get a support ult instead. You know what I mean? It also forces you on triple res, and you might not want to be on triple res. And maybe it's a bit controversial, but I feel like Ultron is just kind of a better Adam at the moment. So if I'm going to run triple res, or sorry, triple support, I'm going to run Ultron.
Ultron is better in any way.
Not that I want to run with Ultron, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick Ultron over Adam, and thus that drops Adam lower. Cloak and Dagger. I might make people a little mad. I might ruffle some feathers. I'm throwing Cloak and Dagger in the S tier.
Insane.
Hey, listen.
Insane. Bogur did this as well. He put her on A tier. I would have put her on A tier as well. But yeah, she's pretty good. Most of her weaknesses, they are shared by every other healer in the game as well. And I think the reason Cloak Dagger players kind of suck sometimes is because they don't use her terror cape. But if they use her terror cape, she's pretty strong. But I don't know, bro. S tier? No, not really. I would not put her on S tier.
Last season, season 2.5, I think I put Cloak and Dagger in A tier, and I got flamed for it so hard. Everyone was like, "You're an idiot. You don't know what the f- I'm about. What the f- this shit character in A tier? That character's like C tier at best." And then everyone figured it out. Huh? Would you look at that? You want to know what it is? Mag. Mag is the big thing. If you're a Cloak and Dagger player, you should have anti-mag propaganda. Ban Magneto in every single one of your games, and you will never lose. You will never lose a single game. It'll never happen. You'll win every game. If you're good.
Iron Man as well. Iron Man is also her nemesis. But I think if you have Magneto banned, then almost every healer is safe. Every healer ult can be saved. But yeah, Cloak Dagger's biggest advantage is they get their ult so fast compared to every other healer. But the ult also doesn't stay for long. It vanishes. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I would always put her on A tier, because I would put Luna and Invis on S tier and not Cloak. So if he has put Cloak on S tier, is he gonna put like 4 healers in S tier? That would be crazy, no?
Ban Magneto every game if you're a Cloak and Dagger one trick. I just made your life 9 times easier. Congrats. And Iron Man, I guess, and Iron Man 2, but Iron Man's a little easier to deal with, at least in my opinion. Because if you go for your ult while in Cloak form, the Iron Man has to time it for your last dash. Otherwise, you can kind of dodge it a little bit because of the travel time. You know, just don't be too predictable, if that makes sense. Jeff, I'm sorry, little Jeffy.
Oh my god. I would put Jeff on B tier. I would put Jeff on B tier because Jeff, he lost his flanking potential, but I never really understood why people were playing Jeff as a flank. Right? Jeff is a healer. He was supposed to heal, and I think now he heals better than whatever he used to do before. And you are able to heal and damage enemies at the same time. People may not realize this, but it does put a lot of pressure, especially if you are if you are a DPS who's behind your tank and you are constantly eating damage from Jeff's stream. If you're the tank even and you are constantly being damaged by Jeff's stream because Jeff is trying to heal his teammates and then the stream hits you as well and you keep taking free damage. I have died a lot of times to this, and this creates a lot of unnecessary pressure on the enemy healer because they have to constantly heal, keep healing. So yeah, I don't know. His survivability did take a hit, but I think he is still really like a really annoying healer to kill, because he can still stay under the ground for quite some time, and he can get a little bit of movement speed buff with his bubble. He does not heal that much, but he does get the movement speed buff. And all he has to do is just go underground and go next to the other healer or go near his team, and then the dive cannot really do anything to him. So I would put him on B tier, easy B tier. Bogur put him on C tier. Oh my god, everyone is a Jeff hater right now.
No, can I be honest with you for a half second? Just for like half a second. Like, for like just a teeny second. Why are people so obsessed with getting on people and trying to tell them they're wrong, even if they're not? Because I saw a lot of people, streamers, people talking about going into season 2.5. It's like, hey, like this Jeff thing might not be good. And then it came out and people were playing it for the first couple days and they're like, yeah, I mean, maybe it's not that good, but like, it's not bad either. It's not terrible. And I immediately see posts, comments, TikToks like, oh my God, all these people said Jeff is horrible. And they were wrong. They were all wrong. They're all always wrong. They're always so stupid. They know nothing.
Jeff isn't horrible, bro. I don't know. Jeff isn't horrible.
And then 2 weeks later, everyone figured out, yeah, he might be kind of shit. And they all went silent. Everyone was so ready, seething, drooling at the fact that they could say, oh my God, all those people that said that Jeff was bad, those streamers, those in content creators, oh, they're so wrong. Ah, they're like scratching at the walls. And then when they ended up not being wrong, everyone just goes, yeah, off. And then just like immediately, like you don't see anything. It's like, okay, man, sure. Saw way more posts about how bad he was, to be honest with you. Maybe. But I also saw lots of the ones where people were saying, oh my God, you're all overreacting. And
I personally felt everyone was overreacting. I don't know. Jeff isn't bad, bro. And Adam Warlock being in C and Jeff being in D, I think this should be a federal offense. What even is this shit? Okay, if we are just talking about healing, Jeff's healing is so much better than Adam's healing. I don't know, bro.
And all these people are telling you that he's bad, but he's not. You're just listening to streamers. Form your own opinion. I did my research. That's all the point I was trying to make. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen it before. Loki. Yeah,
S tier.
That's an easy S.
Loki's easiest S tier in the easiest S tier ever. Because Loki can do what nobody else in the game can do easily. If they remove his ult, then he's gonna fall below S tier. They can nerf his clones, they can nerf his damage, they can nerf his healing, they can do whatever the fuck they wanna do with Loki. But as long as Loki has that ult, and it's such a low cooldown ult, like you don't really need a lot of energy to pull it off, he's always gonna be S tier.
Still arguably one of the best supports in the game. Bar none, not much has changed. There's not much for me to really say, right? Still been there for a while. Let's move on. Luna Snow.
S for
again,
me.
Arguably the best.
I think he's gonna do exactly what I thought he was gonna do. He's gonna put every single healer, apart from maybe Rocket, Mantis, and Ultron, in S tier. He's putting every other healer in S tier, bro. That's too many S tiers. Yeah, Luna S tier, easy. I don't think Luna has ever fallen down from S tier, and Bogur put her on S tier as well. S tier, in fact.
Actually, I'd say probably the best support in the game. If Magneto's not banned, Luna is the way to go. Magneto is banned. I actually think Cloak and Dagger might be better if Magneto is banned. If Magneto's not banned, though, Luna and Loki. Loki's the best support line in the game. It's been the best support line for a few seasons now. Eventually, we're all gonna figure it out, right? I feel like we figured it out a little bit, but
eventually these two are gonna get nerfed.
Like everyone always kind of goes, oh, like what about this character? Yeah, that character's good too, but like we're talking the best of the best. New skin's gonna make her B tier, healing going down 80%. I have seen some extreme cope that people were like, oh, they didn't want to nerf Luna before putting out the skins. They'll nerf her next patch. Copium? Maybe they're right. Who knows? We'll see. Mantis.
Mantis, honestly, B tier for me. B tier for me. Her ultimate is little bit more useful than be Jeff or Adam Warlock, even Rocket. In fact, I find her ultimate more helpful because it's that burst of healing and nobody is dying for a few seconds. Pretty helpful, right? But then again, aside from her ultimate, she is so useless when it comes to healing. Even her healing buff right now didn't really change a lot. She gets the damage though. She can sleep people. She's good against flanks. If you're having a lot of flanks on the team, then having her as a third healer can be good. Like, if I had to select between Mantis and Ultron, it would actually be pretty difficult. I really cannot decide between Mantis and Ultron because both of these guys do a lot of damage, and she can protect the backline as well. Ultron protects the backline as well. It's pretty difficult, but I would put Mantis in B tier because her ultimate is kinda good. It's meh, but it's also kinda good. Yeah, he put him on B tier as well. So Bogur puts her on B tier. Let's see where Flax puts her.
So Mantis got a pretty significant change to her heals. So she does more healing now to tanks. However, though, I don't think it made a huge impact. Well, actually, hold on.
Yeah,
no, actually,
B tier.
I gotta do this. So
okay.
I've okay. All right. I don't think it made a huge impact.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder where he's gonna put Rocket now. Rocket and Ultron.
But Mantis can operate more on her own now. So with Adam, she was always required to have an Atom. Now you don't really need an Atom to run Mantis, right? Like, you can run Mantis to damage boost your Phoenix, your Hela. If you're a Widow one trick or like one of the Widow players on the ladder, maybe you know damage boost the Widow, having flashbacks. Mantis ends up being really, really good at accelerating those other characters and being in triple support with Ultron. Actually, you play triple support with Ultron as opposed
Ultron, Mantis, and a third healer. I don't know. I would rather prefer Ultron with two really solid healers like Luna and Cloak, or Luna and Invis and Ultron, because Ultron's heals are just so cope. Like, he's more of a DPS right now. He's still the flying DPS. He's not the healer.
To Adam. That said, though, I don't think it made a huge difference to her heal.
I would have placed Mantis on B tier because I would have put Ultron in A tier. I find Ultron a little bit better than Mantis in every way. So yeah, that is why I would have put Mantis in B tier, because Ultron does whatever Mantis does, but a little better.
Healing numbers, it doesn't feel that much more impactful. You can't play like Luna Mantis. Like, you kind of get cooked a little bit. It's still kind of a triple support character, if that makes sense. Now, Rocket. So Rocket, I think statistically was top.
Rocket, to be honest, you know, I have a personal hate relationship with this raccoon, so I will put him on B tier. Bogur, put him on B tier. Yeah, okay. I have a personal hate relationship with this character because I feel like anybody who does not know how to aim are the type of people who play Rocket, or the people who don't really want to do anything in the game and just want a free carry. They are the type of people who play Rocket just to casually sit in one corner and right click, and they are exactly the type of people who literally have no game sense. So they're just there to be carried by spamming right click. I hate Rocket players. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I just hate this character, and I feel like I would rather have a Jeff on my team than a Rocket. Absolutely, to be honest, because Jeff's stream heals more than Rocket's right clicks right now.
Top 4 or top?
And Rocket's Rev Beacon and Ultimate are like literally so easy to counter. Maybe not the Rev Beacon because he can hide it somewhere behind, but the Ultimate is so fucking useless. As soon as he puts it down, within 2 seconds it's gone. People just shoot it, it's gone. It's so useless, it's like he doesn't even have an ult in the game.
3 highest win rate character in the game last season. I think it was top 4. And it was, I think, the highest support statistically in the game. That said, I think the reign of Rocket is potentially coming to an end.
Yeah, B tier, bro, B tier. Yeah, exactly, B tier. And I think if the enemy has a Phoenix, then C tier even. Because with Phoenix, now your Rev Beacon and Ultimates become instantly useless. They were useless before, but now they're even more useless. So, I don't know.
And the reason why I think that is Phoenix. Phoenix hard stops Rocket. Hard stops him. You just save your Phoenix ult for Rocket ult every time, and you instantly kill it. You don't got to worry about all your teammates focusing it. You don't got to worry about anything. Instantly, it's dead. Rocket's other really useful quirks are his survivability with his dash and wall running and running around, and his ease of healing, being able to just right click from wherever. And
the wall running is kind of annoying. He is a little bit more difficult to kill than, I don't know. I find Jeff as annoying as Rocket, to be honest. But yeah, he's a little bit annoying to kill right now. But I don't know, bro. He's not able to heal as good as he used to before. He was just absolute brain dead, but now he's not brain dead. And every Rocket main that was playing Rocket earlier was playing Rocket because they were brain dead. They didn't know how to shoot. Now suddenly you tell them, bro, if you want to heal, you have to shoot. And they're like, but I play Rocket because I could not shoot. You're cooked. You can't do shit.
Like, don't have to worry about hitting like direct shots as often. The thing that made Rocket so much better was his change to his ultimate. The reason why Rocket shot up in usage and shot up in the rankings was his ultimate was so much more of a useful ult. It became a true defensive support ult. Phoenix kind of destroys it though. And because Phoenix is being played almost every single game, if you have a Rocket, you pretty much lose. Now, if Phoenix wasn't getting played every game, I could definitely see Rocket going back up to maybe a little A tier, potentially. But at the moment, this is more than a fair placement. Invis, I don't have a whole lot to say about.
No. I would have put her on S tier. I would have put her on S tier because her ultimate is still so broken. Her ultimate is just it's just Luna Snow category ultimate, but yeah, you cannot really move with it. But yeah, it's very annoying. It's very annoying. And Invis is really good to have on the team if you have a flyer. Other healers have to look up and then they have to like heal the flyer, right? It's not very convenient, and most of the time the healers, they just miss the flyers because they are up and they cannot look above all the time. But with Invis, you just give them a shield and they can self-heal, and they also get protection from enemy attacks. So if you have flyers on the team, I think Invis is just absolutely essential. I would have put her on S tier and Cloak Dagger on A tier. I don't know what. This is cope, bro. This is cope. Like Bogur put her on S tier. Yeah, S tier for me.
She's still solid, just kind of worse than Luna and Cloak, unfortunately. Ult doesn't last quite as long. She's better versus dive, which is nice. And they also got a buff to the left click, so they changed the way the left click works. So
yes, and Invis works kind of good against Wolverine. Works kind of good. You can just throw Wolverine away, and he loses his berserk status, his attack speed. So it's pretty helpful.
Like, they front loaded the healing, so like before it did like equal healing of going out, coming back. Now it does like way more on the first hit. So like you're shooting at like a DPS that's like on the flank or something, you don't have to hit like the forward shot and the return shot. You just hit them once and like you get a lot of the healing out of it, which is nice. But unfortunately, just not better than the top 3. And Luna and Cloak occupy the same niche of like main support or like main healer, right? Like they're playing a lot, like they're playing the big healing number characters. Invis is also in that category, but these two are just so much better at it that you don't really a lot of times have a reason to play Invis over these two unless they're playing hard dive and you're just like getting rolled, right? This is like a backup, but still really good, just not as good as the other two. Last but not least, Ultron. So Ultron got a
Before I talk about Ultron, I feel like having Invis and Mantis both in A tier is kind of illegal. And now that you look at this final tier list that he's made, it looks very illegal to have Mantis and Invis on the same team because they are like leagues apart. Invis is just so much better than Mantis. You can have Invis as your main healer, you cannot have Mantis as a main healer. So I don't know, bro. Both of them on A tier, it's kind of iffy. Ultron in B tier, honestly, I would put him on A tier. I would put him on A tier because you are not really playing this guy unless you have 3 healers on your team. If you have 2 healers and like one of them is Ultron, then the Ultron is just throwing, he just wants to lose. But in 3 healer comps, Ultron is just so annoying to go up against because he can move. He's got that torch jiggle kind of thing, right? It's very difficult to shoot him, and he can just put a drone on the backline, and then if the enemy has a dive, let's say a Panther or a Psylocke, their life instantly becomes so much harder because the backline is constantly being healed, and his heal is so good. Like he does not have to actively look at the people and heal them, they just automatically keep healing. You could just like leave a drone and forget about it. Ultimate kind of garbage, but does come in clutch sometimes when your other healers don't have their heal ults. And he's just a DPS. He's just a DPS. You can like harass their flying units so much because he has no damage fall off. So he's really strong against Torch. Torch is sitting in S tier. Ultron absolutely like decimates Torch because his hit scan kind of like tracks people. So yeah, really strong against any flyers, can poke the backline a lot. I would put him on A tier, and I would put Mantis below Ultron. Bogur I think did the same shit. Where is he? Yeah, he put Ultron in A tier and he put Mantis 1 tier below. I don't know. This is kind of cope, bro.
a pretty sizable nerf actually, with his shield reduction. Like he has less shields now. But I still think he's okay. I don't think he's like bad. As people thought he was gonna be. People thought like, oh my god, they nerfed him so hard, he's gonna be shit. He still works in triple support. But he still just plays the same way. You play DPS Ultron, and then when you get your ult, you just go ult with someone on their backline. You just go ult like one of their DPS, or ult one of their supports, like Solo tries to go kill them. That's it. That's how you play him. You can't play him in double support though. You have to play him in third DPS, or sorry, third support. And that's basically how you play him. He's basically Adam, but in the sky. You know, you didn't play Adam for heals. You don't play Ultron for heals.
But hey, he's better than Mantis. I don't know. I don't know why is Mantis in A tier. Why is he in B tier? I don't understand.
He's kind of like Torch. Yeah, it kind of is like Torch. He's like support Torch. He's like Torch, but you get to say to your teammates, guys, I'm playing support. You know, which is a different issue all on its own. But regardless, though, yeah, that actually didn't take as long as I thought it was going to be. I think it's a pretty good list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna yap for the last few minutes, but so this is the tier list. I have a few problems with this. I already told you guys. I don't know. I'm very like sus about a few of his picks. What do you guys think of this? This is Bogur's tier list. Obviously, it's 8 days ago, so back then Wolverine wasn't nerfed, and nobody had any fucking clue what Phoenix does. So apart from these two, this tier list is, I think, in my opinion, pretty accurate. And then there's Flat's tier list. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. And this was a very long video, so if you saw this till the end, yeah, bro, thanks for watching it. I'll see you guys in the next one.